Alright, so this week I'm changing things a little bit up with this pickups video. This isn't going to be a super fast pickups video, it's just going to be a regular speed pickups video. Basically, I'm still getting over a little bit of a cold, so I just wanted to sort of chill out, talk about a bunch of games that I picked up over the last couple of weeks, and yeah, just show them off, add them to the collection. First up comes some thrift store finds. I found a couple of these just for maybe $1 or $2 a piece. And these are pretty lucky. First up is SpongeBob SquarePants Battle for Bikini Bottom on PC. This just got news that it was going to be remastered with a rehydrated edition, I believe it's called, on the new consoles. So I think it's pretty lucky that I was able to find a original version of the game, and I'm going to be playing through it pretty soon. So the next two of these are game soundtracks, actually. The Halo 2 official soundtrack and the Club Nintendo Super Smash Bros. Soundtrack. I haven't listened to this one extensively yet, but I do know that the Mjolnir mix is one of the best Halo mixes around, so I got this basically for that song alone. And this you don't see a whole lot everywhere, especially seeing as it wasn't particularly sold at retail. And yeah, just for $1, why not? I mean, I'm trying to get all of the Super Smash Bros. Games, and this is a interesting little piece to add to that collection. 2 discs, bunch of songs, it's great. Next up is a Switch game, and a game that I've been hearing amazing things about, and one that I really am looking forward to trying here soon. That is Hollow Knight. Just everything I've seen about this game looks amazing. The Metroidvania style gameplay, the art direction, the boss fights, the weapons, combat, everything just everybody praises to hell and back. And also they announced that sequel a couple months ago, Silksong. So this will be a really good game to play and get caught up for the sequel. And seeing as I got this from Fangamer, it comes with like a bunch of other cool little extras like stickers and a full instruction manual and map and all sorts of cool stuff. Next up is a really recent addition to my collection, and one that I think I got a really good deal on. It is the Metal Gear Solid Legacy Collection on the PS3. This comes with the actual slipcover collection and an art book. I haven't taken a look at it yet, but I know it's Yoji Shinkawa art. I'm gonna love it. Basically, this game has a whole bunch of the Metal Gear games, excluding Ground Zeroes and Phantom Pain. So it's basically the biggest collection of... It's one of the only collections where you can get all Metal Gear stuff, basically. The only thing that I'm noticing that's not on these are the Metal Gear Acid games, which are, like, to my knowledge, card-based stealth action games. I'm not really sure. But pretty much everything else is here. And yeah, I got this for $25 at my local game store, and this is something that is definitely a really nice piece to have the entire history of Metal Gear more or less in one collection. Next up I have some PS4 games, and a interesting selection at that. Most of these I believe are exclusive. We have Yakuza 0. Shane is a big fan of the Yakuza games, and he told me that this is the one that I have to go with to be introduced to the series, and if I like this one, then I can start branching out into a bunch of the other games. So I'm really excited to give this one a try, and I definitely wanted to get it physical, so yeah, I was really excited. This was probably like $15 or so, but yeah, it says right on the back, 1988 Japan, a period piece set in Japan with highly detailed environments and crazy action. Sign me up, I'll probably enjoy it. We got Marvel's Spider-Man from Insomniac. Obviously heard a bunch of good things. Shane's talked about it a lot on the podcast recently, and I've had my eye on this for a while. Got a pretty good deal on it, $20. And yeah, really excited to play this, especially after seeing Spider-Man Far From Home. Kind of got me into the Spider-Man itch. God of War, another game of the year, I guess, from last year. I knew that I wanted to pick this up just because of all the praise that it's gotten. Initially, I was kind of weird about it. I know that they changed a whole lot and that it really is more of a reboot than a continuation, even though I'm pretty sure the story is a continuation. But anyway, I thought I'd give it a try. $20, same with Spider-Man. And if anything, I'm hoping to be surprised by it because seemingly it took the gaming industry by storm last year. So yeah, I have high hopes going into this. And finally, The Order 1886. I got this very cheap, and I don't really know why I wanted to buy it. I guess I just saw it and I was just like, yeah, that got a really bad rap at launch, and maybe it came up in a YouTube video or something that I was watching, but I was like, I wonder if that hyperbole and everything that everybody was talking about with the game still affects it to this day, and like what my opinion would be like on this game now, being so far removed from all that criticism. So yeah, I picked it up cheap, and why not? I'm gonna play it. It seems like an interesting world, and I'm excited to dive in and see if it's really as bad as everybody was saying it was. So how about a GameCube game? I was talking about the Super Smash Bros. Soundtrack CD, and what is arguably the best Super Smash Bros. Game? Super Smash Bros. Melee. I had Melee a really long time ago, back when I had a GameCube. I don't anymore, but it was one of those things that I regret when I was younger. Wanted to get new games, so I traded in my GameCube and all my games, and of course I had a lot of Nintendo games that are worth a lot of money now. This one in particular, this still goes for roughly like $50, at least that's what it was marked at my local store. I actually had a good deal of trade credit and a coupon to get a bunch of money off, so I actually ended up picking this up for $8, which is an extremely good deal, especially in the condition that it's in. The case is like near mint, disc is pretty good. Don't believe there's a manual, so yeah, I'll have to find a manual at some point, but yeah, to get a game with a lot of value for that cheap, no-brainer. And continuing with some Nintendo games, here's some Wii U games that I got. Star Fox Zero and Legend of Zelda Hyrule Warriors, or I guess just Hyrule Warriors, it doesn't actually say Legend of Zelda. I've played through Star Fox Zero already, and it's an interesting harkening back to the Star Fox 64 days. It's basically like a remake of that game with the different control scheme and everything with the Wii U game tablet. Shane and I just discussed this on our most recent podcast, but yeah, it's not as bad as everybody made it out to seem, sort of like what I'm hoping to experience with Order 1886. It's definitely playable. There's just some weird issues, and overall, controls in the game just felt a little unnecessary. But other than that, it's a pretty strong Star Fox game, and I don't know when we're gonna get a new one. So if you're itching for some new Star Fox, I definitely recommend it. And Hyrule Warriors, I haven't actually been able to play yet, but I have some high hopes. It's Zelda. I've never really played a Warriors game, so if I don't like this, I doubt I'll be continuing with any more. But it is a Zelda game that I wanted to get my hands on, spin-off or not, and it was pretty cheap, $10. The Switch version is a lot more expensive. It comes with all the DLC, but I felt that I didn't really need to get the Switch version when the Wii U version probably plays just as fine. Now for some Microsoft love. I got Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3 on the original Xbox, and also, we'll just do this one now, Tony Hawk's Proving Ground on the Xbox 360. And with these two games, these wrap up all of the Neversoft developed Tony Hawk games that I want in my collection. With Tony Hawk 2X, I have basically 1, 2, 3, 4, Underground, Underground 2, American Wasteland, Project 8, and Proving Ground. And that pretty much sets up from their rise to their decline, and then eventually they handed it off to Robomoto. They started developing the really crappy Tony Hawk games. So yeah, these are the last two that I really needed to complete my Tony Hawk set. I've played through Pro Skater 3 already. It's enjoyable, but some of the physics were irritating me a lot more so than the other older games. I don't know what it was about this game in particular that was just more annoying to me, but I still had a good time with it, and I definitely recommend it. Soundtracks. Now for some comedic Xbox games, we got Conker Live and Reloaded and Rockstar Presents Table Tennis. I more or less just got this Rockstar table tennis game as a joke. It was like $1.50 at the store that I bought it at, and I just think the story behind this is so interesting. A studio known for Grand Theft Auto, Red Dead Redemption, Bully, and they make a game about ping pong. So I'm gonna play it, and I hope it's great. I haven't heard much about it, but I just think it's so interesting and weird that Rockstar made this game next to all of their world famous action franchises, adult action franchises. So yeah, not much to say about it other than, yeah, they made a ping pong game. And Conker Live and Reloaded, the remake to Conker's Bad Fur Day on the N64. Shane has told me in the past that this game is much better to play than the original N64 version, so I wanted to pick it up. Actually paid a little bit more than I would have liked to on it. It was at $40 at this game store that I bought, and I was like, you know what, that's about what I've seen it for everywhere else. Then I come back home and go to a local video game store, and it's there for $26. So I overpaid a little bit for it, but I'm excited to dive into Conker just because it's one of those unique titles that everybody's heard of. And I've never actually played it through myself. I've seen a lot of big moments from the game, but I want to give it an honest try for myself and play through it. And lastly for this video, I have Ninja Gaiden Black and Ninja Gaiden 2. Again, Shane talked the praise of Ninja Gaiden on the podcast, and this is a series that is known for being notoriously difficult. Probably before the From Software era came out, these were the games that you wanted to play if you were looking for a severe challenge. And some would probably say these are probably even harder than From Software games, but yeah, I'm excited to have these. These are, from what I hear, the best versions of 1 and 2 to play. And yeah, I don't know much about them other than they're incredibly hard action games, but I do like the sort of style that they have going for them from what I've seen. And I know I'm probably going to rip my hair out while playing these. Who knows, maybe I may even break a controller. Anything can really happen with these games, but yeah, I haven't touched them yet, but I will definitely be getting to these in the near future. And hopefully I'll be able to work through them with little to no stress, but I doubt that's going to be the case. So yeah, those are my regular speed pickups this time. Let me know down in the comments what all of you have been picking up and playing recently. I always love reading it, and I like watching these collection sort of videos, and I like making them too. So I hope you all enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one.